Oh, the complicated web we spin. Days of Our Lives is undergoing significant changes, and as several plot lines came to a climax this week, I have a feeling they're all preparing us for a number of Salem exits, some of which we were aware of and others of which we weren't. Additionally, there may be more than 5 departures, but the remaining people are people we know who were only passing through for brief stays. And the November sweeps haven't even begun yet. The start of the end this past week demonstrated why Jada ought to serve as police commissioner. She quickly pieced together the hints that Talia and Sean shared a bed. Once she realized Sean was lying, it wasn't really that difficult. But then, I suppose the police force needs a few good detectives, and Sean certainly doesn't meet the criteria at the moment. I just truly hope that this affair comes to light, rather than Talia getting pregnant as the final straw that ultimately drives both Belle and Talia away. Since Aketra Civilian is no longer filming, there isn't enough time for her to become pregnant, which means she will probably either miscarry or abort the child. And it would be terrible to do that to both Hunter sisters. I don't think Sean will tell Belle what occurred at this time. He lied to her face when he got the chance. Whatever happens with Talia and Belle quitting the program, it must be disorganized. The influence of denial, okay. I can understand EJ's assumption that Alva is simply fabricating Susan's existence in order to save her own skin. But if I were him, a Demera who had lived in Salem for as long as he has, not to mention returned from the dead like he has, I would stop killing as soon as I heard the news, at least until I investigated Ava's claims. However, I'm not EJ. He's obstinate and domineering, thus I suppose you should continue and pray that you don't kill Ava before she locates your mother. In another scene, Trip and Wendy are being punished for eyeing Ava. They might become a little more fascinating as a result. I know I'm happy to see Wendy regaining some of her flair through her snooping and confrontation with EJ. Despite her brilliance, she used a home printer to magically fabricate holographic passports. She was never going to stand a chance. She was caught, lured, and dismissed by EJ. Perhaps it's time to go to Titan. Lai is no longer affiliated with Demera. In that case, where is Lai? Why not team up with the other significant Salem corporation, since Wendy is no longer with Johnny, and he and Melinda have disappeared? After all, Vivian could use some assistance with her grand scheme. Ha! I apologize for using the word master plan without a smile. The Vivian years of Breaking Bad Stephanie and I concur. How on earth is Vivian thinking this? It makes no sense to explain what you're doing if you're going to be dealing in illicit narcotics. When she contacted John, did she truly believe he would agree to it? Or Philip, who was her one and only option, or Alex, who was her one other option? Yes, that made me smile. I don't understand her strategy. Overall, I'm not very impressed by her reappearance. There is so much more she could be doing, and so many more people she could be getting into trouble with. But instead she just moved into the mansion and took control of Titan to traffic drugs. Plus, it appears that Vivian is already leaving and has done very little now that Maggie and Justin have the will. Speaking of the will, everyone is aware that the huge revelation that Alex is Victor's son is set to air on the show. He is not my favorite, as we all know. But I also believe there's a good probability that Alex isn't the heir and that the whole thing is a fraud. It is covered in more detail here. Thersa is good, assuming my theory about her is accurate. She is fiddling about with Alex. We are not allowed nice things. It was fantastic when Sander realized what Chloe meant to him after his dream. I also observed it during the birth and mentioned it. No, she wasn't envious. She was merely there to assist. Sigh. So, you were nice while you had it. Goodbye. Chloe can't possibly go through with the wedding at this point, right? Furthermore, I don't think she's hiding this from Xander just to keep him to herself. Therefore, it is likely, ideally, that Rex and Sarah's wedding will also not take place. I adore Maggie even more for calling the fake wedding for what it is. Rex, stop trying to win Sarah's affection. Simply let it go. But does this suggest that Philip and Chloe are getting back together after Vivian's significant push with Philip? He doesn't stay around too much, so if they do get back together, I'm a little concerned Chloe would follow him out of town. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.